Hi guys, no one here yet. Just setting up. Yay! Hi Harris, how you doing, buddy? Where are you from, Harris? Just gonna set my computer up. Cheddar, how you doing, mate? Niall, how you doing, mate? Just get a few things up. Explosive Nips, how you doing, mate? Yaya Ture, hi. Yep, I'm still in Paris. I've got another, what day is it? Wednesday today, so I've got Thursday, Friday. I haven't decided whether I'm going to... Hi, Lods, how you doing, mate? I'm not sure about that, Benjamin. Albert from South Africa. How you doing, Albert? Bonjour, Mukund. Yeah, I'm still in Paris, guys. It's Wednesday, so I've got Wednesday, I've got Thursday, I've got some work to do with my mate tomorrow. And then I haven't decided about Friday, whether we go back to London or whether we stay in Paris and spend the day with the kids. Hi, Sergio, how you doing, mate? So, hi, Saeed Al-Dakhma. So the plan is, my kid's a bit bored, but I've got to do some work, so that's life. Bruno Fernandes, hi, Dubai United. English Massive, don't care. United have their exploits in the transfer market recently. It's rubbish. I hope Arsenal win the Europa League, actually. New kit, Niall. Until I see it on City's website, Niall, I'm not going to believe anything. iOS. There's so much speculation, so much rubbish in the media about transfers in, transfers out, kits. There's so much rubbish. So, to be honest, I'm trying to take a lot of it with a pinch of salt because you just know a lot of it's blatantly not true. So, let's see. Hi, OS, I'm all right. I know it. How you doing? So, guys, let me just get... Oh, thanks, Benjamin. I was getting a bit worried about you, mate. Silver could happen now, Xavi. Silver going out, I don't know, mate. Honestly, I'm looking at it and I'm not thinking that David Silva's going anywhere. I don't see why he should. Hi, Julie, how you doing? Newcastle will be called all sorts of names at some point, but I'm not worried about them. Let's focus on City. Hi, Navaraj, how you doing, buddy? Let's just get my screen back up so I can see what you guys are saying. Hi, Oasis. Glad to see things are going well with the OS. Man City, oh, I'm fine. I'm good. Not losing any weight yet. I will do. So what should we talk about today? Let's get some questions up. I'm leaving it open. I agree, English Massive. Listen, guys, we have absolutely no idea who's leaving. Okay, I know you guys want to try transfers. There's no new haircut. I'll just let my hair grow for 10 days. That's all. Niall, we don't know, in the close season, it just depends how things go. We got a few ideas. Hopefully Harry will do some more videos now that he'll be finished his exams in the summer, so I think that'll help. We've got some new ideas. Hopefully some more competitions. Kiam, who do we want to win the Europa League? Well, I want Arsenal to win. I said it a long time ago. Jay, do we need a new right back? Don't think so. New captain? Well, obviously Vinny's gone, so we need a new captain. New captain, who would it be? I want it to be KDB, but knowing Pep will do what he wants, so it might be David Silva. We have no real idea, but I think it should be KDB. Yeah, Blue Heart. There's so many training kits that they have. For all sorts of reasons. They have a warm-up kit, a training kit, 2 or 3. I think one season I bought 3 training tops. So you have no idea what isn't going to be released. And let's be honest, let's just wait and see what happens. So You guys, I mean, you're like me. Mukun, do I like France? Everywhere you go has got its ups and downs. The weather's nicer than Manchester. It's quite warm and humid and quite muggy and close today. The humidity it feels really quite high. And, for the weather, miles better than Manchester. Where we used to live is quite a nice area, so that obviously helps. If if you have bad experiences or live in a bad place, a bad area, it's tough. Hi, Bernard, how you doing, mate? UK Misfit, how you doing? Cheers. So yeah, you get geeks in Piccadilly Square in Manchester. Yeah, you get all sorts. Why are you wearing sunglasses? Because it's sunny over here, guys. How many players will we get, Benjamin? Doku? I think I'm expecting 3 or 4. It is a big. It is big because obviously Vinny's gone. I expect Bravo to go as well, and Muric to go out on loan. Muric is not a number 2. He's a young kid who needs to be playing games. Hi Chris, how you doing, buddy? So if you say Bravo goes, if you say Muric goes, if you say company's gone. So there's 3 straight away. If you say Delph's days are numbered, there's 4 players. And there'll be somebody else, whether it's Otamendi leaving, whether it's Danilo leaving. I think Gondon by the sound things is staying. So there'll be somebody else who's going. So we might lose 4 or 5. We lose Mangala as well. English Mastiff, I think we'll get more than 2. Pep said he wants a left-sided centre-back. Hi, John, how you doing? So if Pep wants a left-sided centre-back, if Pep wants a defensive midfielder, and Pep loves his attacking midfielders or strikers, we're going to get somebody. So I'll be shocked if we don't get a defensive midfielder. I'll be shocked if we don't get another centre-back. And I'll be surprised if we don't get another midfielder. Now, if Sane goes, then I think we'll get 2 midfielders, or someone who can play across the front line or in midfield, like an attacking midfielder. Saeed, sadly, I don't think Messi's ever going to leave Barcelona. Julio, without Mangala, man, we're going to suffer. Mangala, oh, what a guy. Get explosive nips in the academy. Academy's great at City. The kids don't want for anything. They have the best education in terms of football. They have the best education in terms of a private school. Mukun Mangala's a legend. At City, you can't blame anything. You can't blame anything apart from your own attitude. Hi, Paul. How you doing? Explosive. Not fit enough. That's the way it is. Aren't we all unfit? Yeah, the judge, we will get a centre-back. I'll be shocked. Obviously, Vinny's gone. And regardless of who we promote, if we're going to promote Eric Garcia. Hi, Garen, how you doing? If we get Eric Garcia and Philippe Sandler, as good a prospects as those guys are, they're not for steamers, And if Otamendi goes, we're definitely getting another centre-back. I still, Matis Delict for me, he's your man. But we'll see, because Matis Delict is 19 and he already looks the real deal. He's got a good 12, 13 years at the top level in front of him, and you'd want to and hope and expect him to keep improving during his career. So, he, at that age, he's perfect for me. Philip, you've missed out, mate. We've been going about 8 minutes. We're just chit-chatting about transfers. Exactly, Gary. Pep is your man. He's got the pulling power. You might have heard Houssem Aouar saying he wants to play under Pep. Yep, Section 20, defensive midfielders top of the wish list or the necessary list. Blue Heart, Gomez. Which Gomez is this? You're going to have to remind me. Bring back Tosin. Kante, I like Kante, but I don't think he'll leave Chelsea. You've got Delict and Maguire. There's not a lot. I don't think we'll get Jason Denyer back. So who's Gomez? Oh, Claudio Gomez. My mate Claudio. You can go and have a look. There's a picture of me with Claudio at a game last season. Claudio Gomez. What I saw, the bits and pieces I saw Claudio Gomez, I didn't think he was good enough. But he was only 18 years old. And I mainly watched him in the first half of the season. So, Man United fans are deluded, you know. They spent so many hundreds of millions in the last few years, and they think this will got that pulling power. The pulling power United have these days generally is the money pulling power. That's all they've got. You know, they've not won the league since Fergie left in 2013, so that's 6 years. They're not challenging for the league. Let's be quite honest. Was it 32 points behind City? Hi, Chris from Perth, Australia. Great show. Keep me coming. Hi, guys. So Mendy will stay. Mendy will stay. I mean, that's why we're not probably going to get a left back, because we're expecting Mendy to be fit. Hi, Migrank. How you doing? Today we're just chit-chatting about anything you guys talk about. So we've been chatting about transfers. We should have got Fabinho. I don't think so, Tom. You know, we just don't know what's going to happen. You know, I think Kante's top man at the moment still. Ramos on a free. I mean, I said yesterday the only reason I get Ramos is to wind up the Scousers, play him twice a year, or just get him as a mouthpiece to wind them up, and you know, it'll be absolutely great times. Look, Julio, Man United are rubbish at the moment, so why would anybody go there for footballing reasons? You know, Martial's been destroyed, Rashford's going backwards. You got people like Jones and Smalling and Lingard, and you know, it's not great at all. So I think they're in trouble. They threw yeah, you're right, Blue Hat. So much money at Sanchez. He's getting, was it 22 million quid a year? Absolutely ridiculous. Who do I think won the Champions League? I want that to be Spurs. Am I right, Norman? How you doing? So, yeah, so United have wasted an absolute shed load of money, and they're still wasting shed loads of money. There's going to be a big turnaround over there, but you know, honestly, you know, ask yourself, if you're a player with tremendous potential and you've got the choice of going to City or United, is there any choice? Who do I think City should sign? Julio, I think we can buy when's the transfer window open? Julio asks. Well, I believe that if we're buying from England, it's open already, and if we're buying from Europe, apparently it's on the 8th of June. Now, if that's correct, then it makes me feel we're not buying from England, because City would have done the business early. So it makes me feel if we're buying from Europe or around the world. So we're going to have to wait till the 8th of June. So it's going to be very, very interesting when we get to the 8th of June to see who starts making transfers. Let's have a look at the questions. Will it be a two-horse race next season? In all honesty, more than likely. The next best team, I suspect, will be Spurs. And Spurs were up there, and then they just absolutely fell away towards the end of the season. So why can't they, you know, be up there for just a little bit longer? And I'll tell you a story in a second. See you at the away games at Villanova. So mate. Chris, I think Mahrez will play some more games, unless we go out and get Messi. I think Mahrez will play, especially if Sane leaves. Exactly, Mukund. Takeover rumour at Newcastle. Would it be a good thing for the league? Yeah, it wouldn't go for the league. You know, the more teams that can compete on a better level, I think, is good for the league. It's bad for United and some of the others. Hey, that's even better. So I'll tell you a story. We'll get there in a minute. Who do I think is going to win tonight, Sharon? I think it's... Well, I don't know, to be honest. I hope it's Arsenal. And I'll be watching on telly tonight. Apparently, they said in the UK that they're going to be chasing people who are streaming the matches. Well, we'll see what happens. Lacazette hat-trick won't be bad. Liverpool, yeah, Phil. Liverpool are going to have fun next season with VAR. And we'll see where their focus is. We'll see how lucky this season was, because they have had a lot of luck. As well as playing well, let's not deny them that. But I think they've had a lot of luck as well this season, with silly own goals and goalkeeping errors from people like Jordan Pickford and at least 2 or 3 others. All those dives from Salah, all players cheating. So, Jamie, don't know about Sane, mate, and I think we're going to find out in the next 2 weeks. I expect a lot of stuff to start happening. Yeah, Julio, Chelsea is a bonkers club. Chelsea, you know, they win for a year or two, then they lose for a year or two. Win, lose, win. But you know, if you look back over the last 10 years, they've done pretty well. There's VAR in Champions League final, yeah. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, Wayne, I hope KDB is fully fit next season because we did this season without KDB at all, without Mendy practically at all, and without Fernandinho for long periods. Yeah, Champions League, both teams have got to win. Same with the Europa League, both teams have got to win. Yeah, Bernard, Liverpool got lucky. Spurs got lucky against us. It's the way the cookie crumbled. You can't win them all. I'm not going to keep crying about it. Hopefully we'll learn our lesson for next year. Is Laporte better than Van Dijk? It's really hard to say, Franco. Van Dijk gets a lot of good press, and Laporte doesn't really get that media frenzy. Yeah, Pep would have been booted if he was at Chelsea. Rob, you never know. I mean, Spurs did get lucky against us. They did get lucky against Ajax. They did get lucky against Inter Milan. They had 1 point after 3 games in the Champions League qualifying stage. So they've got lucky to get this far. But if they win it, good on them. Whoever wins it, good for them. Europa League, both Arsenal and Chelsea need to win it. Arsenal probably more so because then they'll get into Champions League next season. I don't rate Sarri. Yeah, he was good enough at Napoli. He was like kind of a certain level, and it kind of fitted. But he's not really won much, in all honesty. So, could he take that next step at Chelsea? Obviously not. Yeah, Franco, Premier League all day long, rather than Champions League. Julio, look, I'm surprised Virgil van Dijk hasn't won everything like I'm surprised he's not going for president of the EU. Bench Kane, yeah. I think if Kane's not 100% fit, he needs to be rested. Bring him on as an explosive thing in the second half. But if I was Spurs, well, look, guys, we just don't know how fit Kane is, and it might be Spurs will say, look, we know we're only going to get 60 minutes out of Kane. Let's get the first 60 minutes and hope to score a goal and ride our luck to the end. Yeah, look, Franco, Van Dijk might be world class. He's one of the best in the league, one of the best. Is Company better? Company's one of the best. Laporte's one of the best. There's 4 or 5 players who are really, really good. I wouldn't be too worried about what PSG are going to do because apparently they're going to buy Milner, they're going to buy Jesus, they're going to buy this guy, they're going to buy that guy. Neymar's going. Barcelona are going to offer Dembele or Coutinho in a swap deal. Guys, we have no idea what's going to happen. Remember, 90% of this is absolute rubbish. It's not going to happen. So who do you believe? People are just making stories up in the media because there's no one to say you're lying. All you have to say, my sources say. The rumor is, and you can get away with saying anything you want. My sources tell me that both Ronaldo and Messi are coming to Man City. I don't have to say who my sources are. Yeah. Now it could really well be that my sources are my kids, but I don't have to say that. Wow, to get 16 down clicks, 17 is that's not very nice. I wonder who's having a pop at us today. Look, Blue Heart, Spurs could finish above Liverpool. I mean, Spurs were right up there with us, neck and neck till about February, March time. I can't remember the exact time they started slipping away. And, if they could have carried on, then why have they fallen down so fast? It's really remarkable. Wow, 19 down clicks. Have I criticised anybody today? Besides the True Jordan, a couple of other people from yesterday, idiots who deserved it. Hi, Tim, how you doing, buddy? So if you're there doing the down clicks, fair dues. If you don't like the video, hey, it's your choice. Who knows, Bernard? Who knows why all these thumbs down? Because I've not really said anything today. It's quite straightforward. Are people not happy that I haven't shaved? Sorry, guys. If you're down clicking me for the fact I've not shaved, I'm really sorry about that. Are you down clicking me because I'm having a few days of break in Paris? Who knows? We won the league. That's the most important thing for City. Hi, Julio. So let Alisson start for Brazil. Don't care. I'm a City fan first and foremost. Nah, don't time midfielder. Who is it then, Scott? You have to give me names. There's so many people out there. My favourite referee. Really hard to say. I like Mike Dean. He's a bit of a clown. Hackett was useful. I chat occasionally with Hackett on Twitter. Keith Hackett, he's ex-ref, he's still all right. But to be honest, most of the English refs, they're rubbish. That's why we didn't have anyone at the World Cup. Yeah, Paul, let Liverpool win it. Let them have a pot. Look, the sad thing is if Liverpool win, they'll ram it down everybody's throats for months and months and months. So, for that's one of the reasons I don't want them to win it. Plus, I always prefer to say we got beaten by the eventual champions rather than the team that got beat in the final. Spurs all the way, absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. Got a few Spurs friends, got a few Liverpool friends, but Spurs ones are a bit nicer. So, yeah, Liverpool win it, who cares? Spurs win it, who cares? I might not even watch it. Probably won't watch it. I'll probably be driving back up to Manchester, so I'm not that fussed, to be quite honest. That's right, Julio. I mean, it was amazing, wasn't it? It was amazing that Liverpool come second in the league, and it was like the media story was about Liverpool. So they didn't win it, and all the media was about Liverpool. They didn't win the league. They got the most money from live games. Yeah, who cares, The bottom line is that City won the league title. That's all I care about. Carl did an interview as absolutely top draw. Absolutely fantastic guy. He's the best chairman you could possibly wish for. So we're asking about my hair. Look, my hair is only short because I couldn't be bothered shaving. And I had time today because I drove over from London to Paris yesterday. The day before I drove from Manchester to London. So I'm a bit tired. I got up a bit late today and I had to go out for a meeting and with a mate of mine. So I've not had time to even shave the face and even have 5 minutes. All it takes to shave here is 5 minutes, about 10 or 15 on the top of the bonds. Look, I lived in Paris for 8 or 9 years, so we still got a flat, still in the flat. This used to be my office in the flat we have. But we were putting up for sale because even if we do come back to live in France or spend a lot of time in France, the flat's too small. It's a 3-bedroom flat, got 2 kids, my wife and me. We need a bit more space, so we'd move into a house somewhere. And I want a bit of land. I want a bit of a garden. I want to live in a bit more of a countryside area. My wife doesn't like that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. What's Niall saying? Look, at the time, you can argue we broke records, but those records have been shattered ever since. We spent on Kyle Walker, we spent 50 odd million, Laporte 50 million, but Liverpool spent 75 million. That's 20 million more on Virgil van Dijk. Our goalie cost us 30 million. Liverpool spent 67 million only one season later. Now, you can turn around and say we spent a lot. We haven't inflated. Yo, absolutely silly question. Do you think a human can look like a kofta? Well, my head does. There you go. So that's what Sergio says. Sergio, got to look at what our buys are worth now, yeah. Yeah, look at Sane. Now, the rumours are we might be selling him, but we won't sell him for less than 70 million quid. So we'll have made about a 35 or so million pound profit on Sane. Look at people like Bernardo Silva. We paid 43 million for him. How much is he worth now? Look at someone like Raheem Sterling, where people laughed at us for paying, almost 50 million quid for Raheem Sterling. But what's he worth now? 120? You've missed nothing, Andy. Nice to have you on board. You've not missed anything. You just missed 40 down ticks. I can't believe this. But I've not asked for these down ticks. Anyway. Robertson, yeah, look, Liverpool got a few players cheap. Trent's come through the club. Gomez was cheap from Charlton, I think. Robertson was cheap. But other players you paid an arm and a leg for, Naby Keita, Fabinho, and the aforementioned your goalie Alisson. What a girl's name is that? And the 75 million for Virgil van Dijk. So yes, you bought some players at discount prices, but you've also bought players at ridiculous prices. If you cut your leg off, would you feel a pain? The pain would go with the leg. No, because your brain will tell you your leg's missing. So you'll feel the pain, and you'll feel where you've cut it off, because there'll be an open wound, and I really think you'll be in a lot of pain. If it's true Geordie fans, who cares? Honestly, true Geordie fan, I'm here to say, be honest, if true Geordie's a plonker, absolute plonker, does he take steroids? I don't know. I mean, I don't watch the true Geordie. I've heard very little about this guy. I don't follow him. He just comes up now and again. Matt Smith going to Anderlecht. Is he being sold or is he going on loan? It'd be great if he's going on loan. If he's been sold, that's a massive surprise for me, to be honest, Matt Smith. But Vinny's pulling out surprises left, right and centre. Matt Smith's, I think, a very, very valuable player. And he's already playing regularly for Wales. Loan deal. Well, that's perfect, Scott. I think that's really, really good. Vin will play the way we want, and if we can take 4 or 5 kids, the same way we've got the relationship with NAC Breda and Girona, I think that's absolutely fantastic. To Geordie, well, I'd say he's full of shit, not just full of salt. He's, I don't believe he had a much of a problem against City for years, and suddenly, having a pop at City makes you money. What a surprise. The media do it, United fans do it, Liverpool fans do it, always about City, always salty about City. If you're salty and bitter about City, then it makes you money, gets you the clicks. Yeah, Andy, Gabby Jesus linked with PSG and Atletico. I can't see him going. I honestly can't see him going to PSG. Why would he go to PSG? Okay, he can play with Neymar, but is he going to not... Unless they're getting rid of Neymar or Mbappe, why would Gabby Jesus go? I mean, the rumours that Atletico are going to get Cavani. So maybe if you get Cavani, then if Atletico get Cavani and get rid of Costa, then there's a space at PSG. But why would Gabby go there when they've got Mbappe and Neymar? He's not going to push one of them aside. All rumours, it's a media claim. Look, guys, the media can say a source told me, and as I said earlier, a very, very reliable source told me that this summer City are going to buy Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. That's what my source says, guys. Very reliable source. Very confident. The source could simply be my little 10-year-old kid. So don't believe what people say in the media. 90% of the transfer rumours don't happen. And we've seen when some of these journalists are challenged, we actually find that they're talking crap. And he's doing his homework. So Samael says City will never win the Champions League. You can't put a definitive no on that, guys. But let's just say this straight away. There's more chance City are going to win the Champions League than United will win the league. Would you exchange Jesus for Rodley? I don't think we need to, but yeah, Brian, I think, why not? If that was the only choice, then I'd say, yeah, go ahead. But it's not going to happen, Cheesy gave us a compliment. I'm going to listen to that. Maybe that's the way to get people to listen. Who's going to win the Europa League? I hope it's Arsenal. Bernardo still captain until, yeah, I think he is, but that's in a few years' time. We've got, I think, KDB's next captain, fingers crossed. From the Saudi League, to be honest, guys, I don't follow much outside of City, but I certainly don't follow the Saudi League. Let's have a look. On Hamad. I don't know Hamad. Would Kinky or Bernabé get in this team, Paul? I don't see why not. Kinky could play out wide and Bernabé could play attacking midfield. Nippon, do City have a chance with De Ligt? Why not? If City are going to pay a certain amount of money. And look, for me, De Ligt should be coming to the best team that he can go to, and that really should be City. Best manager out there is Pep. Excuse me. Now, Mahrez is going nowhere. That's what Pep says. Talk about Mahrez. That's it. That's Mahrez finished. Mohamed Hamad. Never heard of him. Are they looking at him? Well, let's see. Look, teams do buy players just for the clicks, for the publicity. That's why some clubs in England bought South Korean players, and it could easily be that's a reason, but who knows? Who should be sold this year, Gary? Bengala, Delph, Bravo, those three. Certainly not for 25 million, Hamza. 25 million, are you kidding? No, City will not win the league for the next 10 years. In the next 10 years, I think City will win the league 4 or 5 times. There. Favourite Champions League memory? Oh, blimey, that's a hard one. Beating Schalke 7-0 was great. Niall, can you afford him? Can Liverpool afford to get Matthijs de Ligt, if it's going to cost 70 million quid? Robertson, Harrison, there's 20 million. Guys, I don't think City have to worry about the money. Okay? City don't have to worry about the money. Beating Barca, they had to beating Bayern Munich at their place. Beating beating anybody is great. The same. If I had a choice right now to win the Champions League next season or the Premier League, I'd stick with the Premier League. I want that Premier League as often as we can, and I'd forego the Champions League because I feel that will come eventually. The Premier League, if we can keep being consistent, that's what I prefer. Gary, Liverpool will spend money. Absolutely the same. Bread and butter. League is your bread and butter. Bill Shankly, he said the same. Legendary Liverpool manager. Financial fair play is not a problem for us, guys. We've got an absolute shed load of money. The new Puma deal is going to give us such a boost to our spending power. I can't remember exactly what we were getting from Nike, but let's say 50 million. The Puma will get us somewhere in the region of, for Man City, about 50, 55 million a year. So we're going to get an extra 35, 40 million pounds every single season. That's going to make a huge difference. Then the Champions, some of the money in the league is going up by, I think it's 30%. 30% from the overseas, so that's going to go up as well. So I don't know how much extra that's worth. That might be worth an extra 10 or 15 million quid a season to City, and then other sponsorship and bits and pieces. So quite conceivably, we could be getting 60 or 70 million more next season than we were this season, and that straight away says if we want to go out and spend 300 million quid on transfers in this summer window, stick everybody on a 5-year contract, yeah, that's 60 million a season, and we're getting 75 million. I'm talking about the amortization here, so absolutely no problem for City to go and spend 300 million this summer. Won't cause us any issues whatsoever, especially if we get, like last summer, 50 million in from sales of players. Hi Robert, how you doing, buddy? Hi, the Saints Sheffield United fan. Hey. Zero debt, exactly. Look, these are just normal shades I bought a few years ago. I've got loads. Even my wife says you've got so many pairs of sunglasses. Whenever I travel, I take 2 or 3 pairs of sunglasses with me. I think when I went to London, I came with 2 pairs. How you doing, Robert? I'm fine, Robert. How you doing, mate? So, yeah, I have loads of sunglasses wherever I go. I think where did I go recently? And I took 4 pairs of sunglasses. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I'm a waffling machine, mate. I'm a waffling machine. I'm getting bored with you, mate. Let's stick you in timeout because yeah. Let's give your 5 minutes to think about his contribution to the channel. Ray-Bans. These are not Ray-Bans. These, I'll actually tell you what they are. These are Gucci. And people say it's the fake. They've got them from a Gucci shop. So you'd rather hope and believe that the Gucci shop aren't selling fakes. Channer B, the Newcastle takeover. Well, let's see what happens. It's in early stages. Once again, you can't believe everything you read in the newspapers. We'll wait to see what happens. And I think, it'd be good. It'd be good for Newcastle to get some money, to see the back of Mike Ashley, who they don't like. And yeah, to get some money into Newcastle so that they can start to challenge. And it's going to be immense because you got United struggling. Okay. So have a quick look at what people are saying, because I really am happy to start deleting people. So anyway, there we go. Yeah, so it'd be nice, whilst United are falling, for Newcastle to start challenging United, and Wolves to challenge United, and West Ham and Everton and Watford and Leicester. It could be, I'll tell you, as a City fan, it would be brilliant if United dropped to about 10th in the league next season. Unless they spend some serious money and get some new, really good players, and I think they're going to be in trouble. I think Arsenal will be all right. I think Arsenal will be all right in the top six. Paul, Wolves with a couple of signings will be top six yet. Could be, but they need to get someone who can score lots of goals. Humza, AJ5, not bother about AJ. He's ducking the main players. And he's off. Blimey, the guy turns up for 10 minutes and then he scarpers. Oh yeah, it'd be better if United get relegated. Yeah, people have a pop at Newcastle. It'd be funny. Mahrez, what do you want me to say about Mahrez? Yep, Mahrez will get a few games next season. So Andy's bored. Wow. Well, that's a new one. Andy's bored. And more Mahrez people want to talk about Riyad Mahrez. There's nothing to say about Riyad Mahrez, really. He had a slow start at City. Liam. Oh, so Liam wants to ask a question. 1904, we won the FA Cup, Liam. Is that enough for you? 1904 FA Cup? City been going for 125 years. Is that enough for you, Liam? Won our first European trophy in 1970. So 1970 European trophy, we won the league I remember winning the league in 1937, 1968 we won the league, won the FA Cup in 69 and 55 or 56 when Bert Trautmann broke his neck. And we won a few trophies now, here and there. So I'm not really, going to rise to Liam's question. It looks like the idiots are banging about in town today. There you go, Jeffrey Son. I told you, City won the FA Cup before United. Liverpool didn't win the FA Cup till the 60s. I mean, and in fact, City have been in the top league in England for 90 seasons out of our existence. I think that's right. And so we're sixth in the table of teams that have been in the top league the longest. United have only been for 94 seasons. City have been for 90. I think Everton at the top with the 116. So we're not doing too bad. Cheers, Andy. Hey, Spencers and Mark. How you doing, buddy? Come on, I'm going to give you another 10 minutes, guys. Get them questions in. There's a lot of people asking about Mahrez. Well, let me tell you, Mahrez was very poor at the start of the season. He didn't do it. He really didn't do very well at the start, Mahrez. Though he did get better. At the end of the season, Pep trusted him in the last two games. But all the way through the second half of the season, Mahrez wasn't getting games. He was playing against kids. Khabib is better than McGregor, a long, long way. So I personally don't like McGregor. I don't think Khabib's a nice bloke, but what do you think we can do to improve? Well, we can get another defensive midfielder, take pressure off Fernandinho. We can get a proper left back if you want. We can get another centre back and another attacker. You know, for me, I think we need someone quality wise in between Jesus and Sergio, as in terms of quality. If you're saying Jesus is a 6 out of 10 and Sergio's a 9, we need someone about 7.5. You know, someone kind of in between their levels. Mahrez's already got one Premier title, the Saint. Oh, he's got 2. He's got the Leicester one as well. Who would I convert into a defensive midfielder? I think Bernardo can play defensive midfielder. I think Kevin De Bruyne can play a defensive midfielder. I think De Bruyne would play like a box-to-box midfielder, but he can't. I think he can do the role. Yeah, Jay Fresh, stunner. I think Jesus needs some more time. He needs some more games, and obviously it's not easy for him to get a lot of games simply because he's up against Sergio Aguero. Dank Music, I think Danilo's played at defensive midfield before, so he can do it. Will Foden will get 10 goals next year? That's Rob. Yeah, I think in all competitions, absolutely. I think that's going to happen unless he's got injured. Striker situation. I'm hoping we get this Felix chap. We'll see how good he is. Tottenham and Liverpool, who's going to win? I hope it's Tottenham. Yeah. Danilo's a great lad to have in the squad. Absolutely, Paul. He's so versatile. He can play left back, he can play right back. I think he's played a little bit of time at centre back, defensive midfield. He'll play wherever you ask him. No, Humza, I'm not into modern music. Jovic, yeah, he's a good striker by the looks of things. The new Godzilla, I've not seen Godzilla. So what's Bernard said? And he was in the Monster Stew. He'd love you for that, Bernard. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get a left back Mukund. I think we're going to get a defensive midfielder. Hi, Chris. How you doing, Chris Bardsley? You got is that an unfortunate name? Was that a United player, Bardsley? Can't remember now. I'm not sure if Jorginho. We've seen Jorginho could easily get pressured off the ball. I don't think he'd have coped. What we've seen at Chelsea, I don't think he'd have coped if he was at City. He's just not quick enough. So I'm glad we get. That's it, Phil Bardsley. Thanks, Rob. Come on, guys. 6.5 minutes. The next striker, I like that Felix chap. I think Felix or Jovic, they'd be, right up my street. I think they're really good. Douglas Luiz, he went on back to Girona on loan. Obviously, he had a problem with his work permit. He couldn't get the work permit, so he went back to Girona. I don't think he's played enough this season. I really hope he comes back, and then we'll see is he as good as what Pep thought he was? I really want to see that. Yeah, I remember that, Niall. That stupid Rooney messing about. I don't think he knocked him out. I think they're just messing about. Who will City trick United into buying? Yeah, we've got them to buy Sanchez and Fred. Maybe we should put a cheeky bid in for Christian Benteke and let United buy him. Yeah, Liverpool fans have been celebrating ever since they got into that Champions League final. Same way they were celebrating that they were going to win the league. You go back to Christmas, you saw there were videos out there that we were going to win the league. Same way back in 2014, we're going to win the league. When they were last year, when they went to Kiev, you had Liverpool fans with 6 on the back, and Kiev and the date, whatever, and they didn't win out. Yeah, Benteke, section 20, Benteke at the Swamp. I'd be buzzing. If Benteke goes to the Swamp, I'll tell you now, it's not going to happen, but if Benteke went to the Swamp, I'd go and start interviewing United fans at the Swamp wearing a City shirt. If Benteke goes to the Swamp, it ain't happening. Absolutely, Julio. Liverpool 2013-2014 Premier League champions. And as he said, now you're going to believe us. Didn't happen. Don't count your chickens. Don't count your chickens. Just being honest, the Saint. Just being honest. Cheers. It's all about the base. Yeah, Rob, if Pep doesn't win, I think it'd be absolutely fantastic. You know, pressure on him. I don't think Liverpool would boot him out. Um, but the pressure would be on him, and I just don't see Liverpool getting 97 points next season. I mean, they might be able to get 90, but I'd be disappointed if we don't get somewhere above 90 next season. You know, if we can get 95 plus, that'd be amazing. I'd just love to win that league again next season. Yeah, Paul Klopp spent so much money. He's had a long time there, and I think Liverpool have got to stick with him because you know he's done a lot better than previous managers. News on Claudio Gomez? No news on Claudio Gomez. Who was that? That was GTR35. Absolutely, Rob. You know, with VAR, will Liverpool get to 87, 90 points? I'm not so sure. That's true, Paul. Rafa and Julia won trophies, but I think they have to stick with Klopp because of where they came from. You know, they were in a tough spot when he came. But hey, if they don't win that final, you know, he's going to get it in the neck. Somali, next season, I don't think Liverpool will get 100 points next season. I honestly don't. I just can't see where Liverpool can improve a lot in their team. And I think they were lucky with 4 or 5 goalkeeping errors that got them wins instead of draws. Bruno Fernandes in the news again. Yeah, I just don't know. You know, as I said before, we just don't know what's going to happen with the transfer news because most of it just is simply not true. Kiddo's 70th birthday. I don't know about that, Bernard. I've been out most of the day, to be honest. I've been out working, so I haven't been keeping up with what's been going on. I think it'll be close next season, Mucken, but I'd like to win it by 5 or 6 or 7 points. Bruno Felix, that's the same. Right now, I'd go for Felix, but hey, I want them all. I want to win all the trophies and I want all the players. Don't know, Rob. The problem is these are players that are playing in other leagues, which, let's be honest, most of us have either never heard of them or very rarely seen them. So, how can we make any judgment? We've got to rely on Pep and Cheeky. They've done pretty well the last few years. Let's see what happens, and let's trust in them. 2 more minutes, guys. I've got 2 more minutes. I think 50 minutes is enough. I'm going to watch Arsenal-Chelsea. Yep, I'm going to watch Arsenal-Chelsea. I've got night to do tonight. Apart from that, I've got a bit of work to do. Just reminds me. Hi, Ryan. Quiz. Oh, hey, Ryan, come on then. What quiz show you been filming all day, mate? I might stay an extra 2 minutes to find out about Ryan. Who got stung on the... John Walters got my ear stung by nettles. Man, I must have hopefully put some cream on that. Hopefully there's a dog leaf there or something. Yeah, free stream on YouTube, they're saying. Yeah, so there's no need to go streaming. I mean, actually, the coppers have said they're going to be clamping down on streaming. But you don't need to if it's on YouTube. I mean, I've got BT Sports, so I'll be able to watch it. So, Mukunda, I would love us to get Bruno Fernandes and Felix, that'd make a big statement. So you've been gardening, John? You've been gardening, or you've been escaping and robbing places? So what you've been doing on the ladder in the garden to get your ear stung by nettles if you've been on the ladder? I mean, this sounds like a crazy story. So let me look at Ryan. Been doing a quiz show about football this season as my final project at college. Just needs edited now. Nah, Julio, we can't bid for Andy Robinson. Look, there's no way Liverpool would sell him to us. They'd be absolutely daft to. So I got a slight feeling that all the negatives because we got a lot of Maris fans on tonight. Yeah, it would be nice to have somebody with a bit of height up front. 10 more minutes. I can't do 10 more minutes, guys. Oh, Johnny boy, I hope you're all right, mate, falling off your ladder. Gonna take care, mate. Take care. I'll give you 2 more minutes, guys. I'll give you an extra 2 minutes because of thinking about Ryan's message. But I got to sort my kids out. My kids are bored. I'm going to spend time with them and do some stuff with my kids. Maguire could be a good signing. Is he too old? I don't know. Koulibaly or Maguire. Well, look, we know what we're going to get with Maguire, so why not? If I had to pick for the two, I'd probably go for Maguire just because we know what we'd get. The most likely transfer in is Rodri, in my opinion, but that's just a guess. Actually, Julio, I don't think it's the true Geordie fans. They wouldn't waste their time coming. I think it's the Mahrez fanboys. The Mahrez fanboys are probably out in force tonight. That's why we get all these Mahrez comments. Let them have their fun. But there's plenty more likes than dislikes, so that'll do me. What business have Dortmund done, Juan? Dortmund, they blew their league. Absolutely blew their league. They bottled it. They should have won that league. They just went down the toilet. Spurs 3, Liverpool 1. That's Godwin. I hope something like that. I hope Spurs win. I hope they do. If Liverpool win, we'll give them a clap. GTL, look, the problem is with developing Eric Garcia. If he doesn't make it, because it would be his first top level season, and we have an issue somewhere else, and someone gets a long-term injury that happens, then we're left with nobody. We're left with Eric Garcia. So we really need 4 top-class centre-backs. So if Otamendi leaves, we have to get someone like Maguire and bring Garcia through. I think that's fine, and we can use maybe Danilo, maybe Philippe Sandler, maybe Fernandinho if we had to a push, but I don't want to start next season with 2 first-team centre-backs and then Eric Garcia as that extra one. I just think that's too much of a risk. So we're up to 50 likes, no, 47 likes, 48 likes. Cheers, guys. More true Mahrez. What about him? What do you want me to talk about? The first half of the season where Mahrez was pretty average. The Liverpool game where Mahrez hit the ball over the crossbar, and apparently it's still circling the earth right now. His penalty, which would have got us to 100 points. What else do we want to talk about? Mahrez, second half of the season, only playing against people like Burton and Newport and Rotherham, and not playing many games in the Premier League. Is that what you want to talk about, Mahrez? Godwin, I hope there's going to be more Klopp heartbreak on the Junior Fest as well. It's all gone quiet. Load of questions, then it just goes quiet. 50 likes. That's much better, Rob. Cheers, guys. Yeah, the Wolves handball, that would have got us 100 points. Lots of things would have got us to 100 points. So I'm not that fussed. Cheers to saying, have a good evening, mate. If you're watching the Europa League final, hope you enjoy it. Hope whoever you want to win wins. Absolutely, Rick. Klopp was it his last 6 or 7 finals he's lost? There's no negativity around Mahrez. It's just honesty. Oh, Rob, if we can get 100 points again last season, it'd be fantastic. They're saying, love you too, mate. Take it easy, buddy. Blue Art, yeah, I've got some tickets for Vinny's testimonial. I've got a couple for myself, and I got some for Andy. So we'll be there, no problem. Mukund hopes Arsenal win. Me too, mate. I actually want Arsenal to win. I want them to get into the Champions League. See, is that bananism? Yeah, bananism. See you, buddy. England to win the Nations League. That'd be very interesting. I hope so, actually. It'd be nice to win something at last. Cheers, Bernard. You have a great evening, mate. If Mahrez left, yeah, I don't think he will, Stephen. I wouldn't be upset either. Yeah, Rick, Mahrez didn't move as much. He didn't take risks. But actually, that's what Pep... See, I think one of the problems with Sane is he took too many risks. I don't think Mahrez didn't take enough risks. So Sterling is kind of more at the right level. He takes some risks, but also he knows when not to take the risk. Mahrez too often wasn't taking risks. Easy ball. And I think he had to take a few more. Julio, Wenger out? Well, he's just a pundit, so you don't want him as a pundit either. Rangers. Honestly, Calmo, don't care about Rangers. Hope they get relegated. Steven Gerrard, the slippery one. Cheers, Blue. You have a good evening, buddy. Have a good evening. Enjoy the footy tonight. Yeah, I hope Rangers get relegated and Slippy G slips down the league. Yeah, it'd be nice. Don't like the guy. Don't like him as an individual. Aston Villa to sign Delph. Rob, I think that'd be a good signing if their fans can ever forgive him. I think that'd be a cracking signing for Villa, actually. He can play in central midfield, defensive midfield, he can play left back. He's a very versatile player. And actually, he's a decent enough left back for a team like Villa. So I think that's an absolutely a tremendous shout. That was Rob Manxgaus. Tremendous, really good shout from Rob Manxgaus. GTA, what's wrong with Rangers? They're managed by Steven Gerrard. Do you think we signed Tielemans? I don't know. It's just paper talk again, linking Tielemans with City could mean that Leicester pay a little bit extra for him, or in terms of his wages, or in terms of his transfer fee. City get linked with so many people, and it's just made up so that someone along the line is going to get a bit more money, whether it's the agent, whether it's a selling club, whether it's a player, in terms of wages, whatever. Linked City, that could go up to 10 or 20%. So Tielemans, not for me. Yeah, Chelsea do have experience in finals, Godwin, but Arsenal have done well in it in the FA Cup finals. Was it 3 out of 4, 3 out of 5? So they've had some experience as well. But I'd like, as I said before, I'd like them to just get to the Champions League. So 5 teams in the Champions League next season. Actually, that's bad for City in as much that the Champions League pot is going to be shared between 5 clubs instead of 4. So City actually get less money because of that, which is a shame. The winger, Julio's asking about the winger from Swansea, James, or as James, as he should be called. I think he's got a lot of pace. He was very dangerous when we played them. To think he could have gone for about 5 million at Christmas, and there's rumours that he's worth about 15 to 20 million now. Yeah, he could do with a step up, play at a high level, and we'll see what his pace is really like. Yeah, how would Delph do? The problem I have with Delph is that I don't think he's good enough. I think he's too much of a liability in terms of taking risks. And getting sent off. Rodri to City, rumours are that he is. And Delph's been making rash challenges and mistakes. That penalty he gave away against Swansea, the goal against Spurs was his fault as well. Red cards, it's just too many errors. Exactly, Stephen. Do we need Tielemans? And really, was he that good? I mean, look at him. He's about, they're talking 40 million quid for Tielemans, and didn't look anything special to me. Godwin, I wouldn't complain if we had to sell Sane and we brought Felix in. I'd be satisfied with that. Felix can play, I think, all across the front line. Come on, guys, last minute, so you'll get your hours worth. Ruben Neves, Julio, can't see it, buddy. Can't see it all. And Wolves in January were rumoured to slap £100 million price tag on his head. I can't see it. GTA wanted Ndombele all day long. Tonga Ndombele, I thought he was fantastic. Whether they get him or Rodri, makes no odds to me now. Well, there you go, Andy. 4 games Delph played, we lost every one. It could just be a coincidence. I don't want Sane to leave either, Alan. Julio is after Ndombele. He looks like a class player, City from Section 20. It would be great. Go out, buy Ndombele, buy Rodri, buy Felix, buy Matthijs de Ligt, and people would just start crying. Guys, your time's up. You've had our Ruben Neves is worth £1 million. Well, they wanted 100 million, Stephen, 100 million. Sane plus cash for Mbappe. Can't see it happening, Julio. I don't mind if we got all 4 of them. Get a centre back in De Ligt, get Ndombele, Rodri, and Felix. Come on, guys. That'd be a top window for City. A lot of pressure for people, and they have to deliver. You don't deliver, you get chopped. Hi, Godwin. Take it easy, buddy. Let's see what happens tonight, and maybe we'll chat about it tomorrow. Thanks ever so much, guys, for your contributions today. 73 likes, absolutely fantastic. At 74. Yeah, Muckun, maybe too many. I'm just joking with you. Section 20, have a good night, fella. And the City can buy almost whoever they want. We've got the resources to do that. Yeah, Abhishek, take it easy, buddy. Take it easy, Julio. See you later, everybody. So, guys, thanks ever so much for coming on. Cheers, Mukund. Enjoy your evening, guys. Enjoy the footy if you're going to watch the footy tonight. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Tell your mates. You know, I really want us to get to 10,000 before next season starts. See you, Oceans. Have a good evening. It would be fantastic to get to 10,000 subscriptions before the season starts. Unbelievable it would be. See you, JTIR. So you guys, you have a good evening. Watch the footy. Enjoy the footy. See you, Paul. Look after yourselves. And, you know, best wishes to you and yours. And be nice to people out there, except Liverpool fans.